Oh my God.
Would you,
Yes.
John Stamos, or whatever, however you say it.
Yeah,
How do you say it?
That's it.
Thank you. Will you be my Valentine?
Yes. Thank you.
And I have a card. I want to read
What's it say?
You're riding down the Harland Highway.
All right, hold tight on the Harland Highway show.
Harland Williams.
I'm exhausted already.
You are, yeah.
We don't have to say. Are we rolling?
Yeah.
It's always those things where we say we're not, but
We are. I don't lie to my guests. Other podcasters do. Not this guy.
You're handsome. You know, let me just say, first of all,
Yeah, I know.
I love you. You're so fucking. You are a genius. I'm gonna get the compliments out now.
Okay.
And
are they real or just
100%.
surfacey?
No.
Because I like them both.
We've sort of known each
You're
other.
a genius too.
Yeah, sure. We've known each other off and on for years, right?
Yeah.
I can't remember where we first met.
You want? Oh, I could tell you the story.
All right, we'll go down that road. But just the other day, we saw you at this movie premiere that Caitlin was in,
Yeah.
my wife, and she said, "Who's that guy?" So he's really funny, and I Googled you, and this picture came up. Like, this is the most handsome picture I've ever seen of anybody, let alone you.
Yeah.
You don't,
Dude, I don't know what it is about us.
yeah,
But
yeah.
we.
You can't stop the heat.
Well, you can't stop the heat.
Yeah.
And has it been problematic for you? Like
Looking like-
in Hollywood, have you had to endure casting couches for real? Like, have
For
you,
real? Yeah.
have you,
Yeah. Did it? Yeah. He's blinking.
well, you know,
Yeah.
that's Hollywood code for.
Yeah. Did you get laid on the couch? Yeah.
Did you ever get pressured by
It did from a female, like an actress early on. I'm not gonna say who.
No, don't say who.
No. But that was a trip, and I remember early on too. My mother was very protective. Like, you didn't fuck with Mama Stamos. So for the most part, I didn't.
I will, by the way.
You can. She's dead.
Because I don't take threats.
Yeah.
I'll fuck with Mama
Anybody.
Stamos
Yeah,
if I want.
Yeah, she passed
I'm-
away, but thanks.
Well, I know where she lie.
Yeah, and she.
Doesn't matter.
I got to put on my comedy shoes with you, and by comedy shoes I mean some sort of underwear. Keep up with you. You were talking about someone. We were talking about a friend. You said he was had a little screw loose earlier, but you may have fallen on the same rock.
Wait. Let's not divert away from the
Casting couch?
The casting couch guy. I mean, guys like me and you, we get it all the time.
Yeah, what about
I'll
you?
share a story if you do.
Let me hear it.
Okay, you said you had a woman. I had a female agent
Okay.
who wanted a piece of the beef.
Who doesn't?
My nickname is Wendy's, hot and juicy. I have a tramp stamp, actually.
But it's a square cock that you have, right? Like the square burger that they had.
Yeah, but I put the SpongeBob eyes on
Can
it.
Can we say cock on it? Is it?
I'd rather you say Thunderhammer.
Okay, Thunderhammer.
Yes.
What are you looking at them?
No, I'm just, I'm trying to tell my story.
Go ahead,
I don't
babe.
need eye directions.
Okay,
Let's
babe.
go. So I had a...
Is this what people like about the podcast? Just goofing off like this?
No, we don't goof off here.
Okay.
Maybe on Rogan, maybe on Don
Dax.
Shillelgh's House of Philanders.
Laughs, yeah.
House of I don't... But I had a female agent, John. By the way, hold on. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Harland Highway podcast.
The Harland Highway.
I say it in Cajun. I have a lot
I
of
heard
Cajun viewers.
Yeah.
Today, folks, John Stamos is here. Actor, director, writer. And
I don't really direct.
None of it. None of what I said. Just a guy.
Just a dude.
Sweet angel.
Yeah,
Sent
sweet cheeks.
Sweet angel straight from heaven.
How? Harland Highway.
Harland Highway. Welcome, my guy.
Thank you, buddy. I really appreciate you having me. I love you, and I have loved you for a long time. We've just never spent much time together, and there's a reason.
Well, this will be the longest. Let's see if we make it.
Yeah.
If you hear this again, that means it's over.
That's the ending.
But not
Thanks
yet.
for having
Not
me.
yet.
Thanks for having me.
You'll hear it at the end.
Oh, okay. Anyway, so you got molested by an agent.
Well, I wasn't molested so much. It was the casting couch. And when you first get to town, I don't know, guys that look like me and you, we get it. We
Yeah.
get it thrown out. I've been called beef.
Yeah.
I've been called ham steak.
Hot tits.
Hot tits.
Yeah, I've heard that one
Stack
before,
them
I bet you.
deep and sell them cheap.
Yeah. Rode hard and put away wet.
Yeah.
Williams.
That one too.
Rode hard, put away
Yeah.
wet Williams.
Okay.
That's why I knew you.
Yeah, I heard that. I got that one in the steam room at the YMCA.
I saw.
But and then
I'm gonna be right on your toes today, bro.
oh, I love it. I love it.
I know
So
you're sharp.
tender.
Yeah, yeah, kind. You're Canadian, so it's easy.
Yeah. But so I had this agent. I'm not going to say who.
Asian.
An Asian agent.
Okay.
Yeah, and her last name was Who, but I'm not going to say it.
That was good.
But so this one,
Yes.
she wanted the beef.
Right.
She wanted the hot link
Where's the
sausage.
beef? And it was right there on the couch.
She wanted Ribs USA every night and every day.
I want my Harlem back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for saying it where no
got
one
it.
else would.
Right.
So she wanted to go big, and she got me 42 times.
Really?
Here's what happened. Most casting rooms, you got a couch.
Yeah.
You got the casting agent.
Right.
I got a chick whose casting office was right next door to an IKEA.
Oh, so you had to build the couch first?
No.
Okay,
They have
tell me.
42 showrooms.
Oh, so you had to go to eat. You got
Every day
each
it was a
one of the
new
things.
showroom. And I got Hammersmith while families were walking by shopping.
And what
Double the trauma.
When you put yourself out like that, was that Freddie got fingered? Was that what you got after
All
that?
my roles.
All the roles. right.
Every role I got was getting
'cause of
Hammersmith at an IKEA. And the only upside to it, after
ahead.
you're done, meatballs. Fresh, hot, Swedish
Oh,
meatballs.
because it's Swedish. Did you get to take any of this? This is from IKEA, isn't it?
Well, let's not insult
What is it?
the Harland Highway. Well, just don't hit it that hard because it really won't last.
So that did. So okay. So casting couch.
yeah,
you,
42
IKEA.
times.
Right.
But what was one of yours? You don't have to say who, but
Mm-hmm.
let's get some grease. Let's get some details, guy.
I got chills and
Like
multiplying.
Is it multiplying or satisfying? It's multiplying.
It's both, I think. Well, I got chills and multiplying.
And I'm losing control.
You're supplying.
Ready?
It's electrifying.
Wow. Remember
Yeah.
he did that? It was
Yeah.
kind of creepy.
I loved
It's electrifying.
It's electrifying.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
loved him. I
nice.
love that guy.
You want to go to IKEA? I really liked
I'll
what
go
you
to
just
the
did there.
Scientology building with you if you want.
The what?
When I was at the Scientology building. When I was a kid,
wow. Yeah.
I was in this acting class. Milton could sell us. It's in my book.
wow.
And there was this hot, like your assistant, sort of like this gal named
Amber.
Yeah, but this girl's name was Denise, and she was very flirty, and she was like, "Here's this book," and all that. And then she says, "We're all meeting up, Saturday at this. Here's the address. You want to come meet, and we'll talk about acting and stuff." And I was like, "Yeah, okay, sure." She was very flirty. I was like 16, something, and I drive up, and it was the Scientology building. And she's like, "Come on in here," and and they were testing me to join.
Join the cult.
Yeah, it was a sort of a gateway, this acting class into Scientology.
And those still exist today, by the way, I've heard.
Probably
Because I know someone who
Oh,
did
you?
it.
Yeah. And I went in. They were like, "Grab these, two things," and I was just fucking around like an idiot, like there's a way, Sherman, the Wayback Machine, and I had to, and I was grabbing the things. I was like, "Hello, Sherman," like doing this, and like, get the fuck out of here. Like
Wow.
I got turned down by the church, but probably for the best.
Yeah.
Although my career might be a little better if I.
I'm just gonna say this.
Go ahead.
Great story.
Yeah.
No real sexual implications. No lust.
Well,
no
the two things that
passion.
I was holding were wieners.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, why
It
didn't
wasn't.
you say that?
It was an e-meter. It was
Wow.
a wiener meters.
That's a casting couch.
Yeah. Do you find me funny? A lot of people, say, "Oh, I didn't know you're so funny." No.
I would supersede funny and say hilarii, which even supersedes hilarious because it's I, so it's hilarii.
Were you close with Bob Saget?
Oh, the
I
swag.
loved you. Yeah.
He's been in this studio.
I could
Do you
feel
feel
it.
his presence?
I smell him.
He was actually here.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Bob. We did a movie together.
Half baked.
We did Half Baked.
I saw Coke for Cock or something like that, right?
Yeah,
I saw
that's
Cock.
his famous line.
Yeah, you love that line.
And then I also he directed me in a feature where I was the lead.
What?
Yeah.
Well, seriously?
It's called Becoming Dick. It was for E Network.
They would do. Why are
E
you
Networks was because it's called Becoming Dick of all things.
Well, that's good.
And it
How
was
did I not know that he directed that?
yeah. It was
I know he did dirty work.
Yeah, it was me, Robert Wagner,
Of course.
and who's the famous girl? From Showgirls, from Saved by the Bell.
Yeah. Not Gina Gershon, but the other one. Yes. Oh God, I know her too. She's a sweet gal.
Amy Adams.
Not Amy
Carol
Adams.
Burnett.
Carol.
Terry
Hatcher.
Heiser.
Hey.
Terry. Polly Shore.
No, her name is Polly.
Anna.
Pally.
Polysexual.
Yeah.
Healing. I don't know.
So wait. So you and how long? I didn't know that he did that movie.
Yeah, so we
might
did
have been when we weren't talking.
Wait, you had a fight with the SAG?
No. We didn't like each other in the beginning, for sure.
Yeah, it's hard to like him in the beginning.
No, it isn't, but it was for me, and we didn't get,
You had clashing styles, I bet.
Exactly.
Is that right?
His style was to make everybody laugh at any cost, including just the crew and the thing. And I was like, let's put it in the show. Let's make the show funny.
Yeah.
When he wasn't really hitting in the show, then he just was he just went berserk with everything else, and it was disruptive. I mean, he turned out to be my best friend of all time. But it was took a while. It took a couple of years before.
Well, I think if you correct me if I'm wrong, but I think what also made it disruptive is he sort of had comedy Tourette's.
Yes.
But it was, people don't know this about him because he's Mr. Wholesome. It was extremely blue.
Oh,
dirty. Like we'd be on something. Someone get me an altar boy.
Yeah.
He just yells stuff like that. And you're like, wait, what?
How much he would always get called up to the office, with the twin, because there was a bunch of kids on Full House. I don't know if you ever saw it, but it was full of, and he'd be sitting, we'd be at that long, iconic dinner table going, and he would grab a fork and say, I hate my cock! And he'd be stabbing his penis with a fork.
He'd just
and it's like, Mary Kate
like
Ashley, close your eyes.
Yeah.
Daddy's having a fit with a fork.
Oh, yeah.
And it was disruptive, but...
It was.
And then years later, a couple of years in, his sister got diagnosed with scleroderma, which I'm sure you've been to those events.
By the way, great way to start a podcast.
We're already into 10 minutes.
No, let's go.
And then Couillet's sister had cancer.
I knew about all this. And Bob started a big charity for the scoliosis thing, right?
Yeah, scleroderma. Yes.
Yeah.
And
what was it?
Scleroderma.
What did I say?
You've done.
I said sclerodosis. What did I say?
You said hopidosis.
By the way, all delicious Greek dishes, and we're going to talk about your heritage later.
Sure. Well, this would be good to just cut all this out. I'm kidding.
Maybe
this moves faster than a lot of the other podcasts I've heard of yours. These other. Thank you, everybody. It's been great. I love you.
That was a test. And
there it was.
Keep going.
It's right there.
God, we're good looking, aren't we?
The two of us together look like twins on a book, like the cover of a novel, like on a horse.
Why aren't we on the cover of Sports Illustrated swimsuit edition / thong edition?
I don't know. You got the tits for it, but I don't know.
I got the roast beef for it too.
What's that? Your butt?
Hell yeah, Sinbad the Sailor.
People have called you genius, and I get it.
Genius.
So Couillet's sister, my sister, had a brain tumor, and it turned out that
your sister?
It turned out that she just had MS, and so she was fine, but the other two died. Anyway, the three of us really bonded on. I know you hate to get serious.
No, I love it, but it sounds
look
like
at your hair.
Full House was full of sickies.
It was at a moment,
that's
and
sad.
that's what brought us together.
Wow, I'm sorry to hear that. Is your sister still with us?
She's okay, yeah.
Oh my God, did they have to do a surgery?
They did a surgery and realized it wasn't a tumor. She had MS, and she's dealt with it great ever since.
Multiple sclerosis for people who don't know.
Who are you looking at?
Well, I have 7 or 8 viewers.
I came so close to dying today, and I'm not kidding.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't want to die doing Harland's podcast. There's
you deserve better. Like at least die on Theo Vaughn's.
Yeah, because he's got a mullet or something, right?
He's got a mullet. He's
a
lesbian.
I love stand-up. I'm obsessed with stand-up comedy. I can't do it, but I admire what you guys do so much. I love the science of it. I love the wordsmith, just the way you lay out a joke and stuff.
Hold on. Speaking of wordsmith, you've already pole vaulted over the sexual assault on the casting couch.
There was a gay guy who tried to rub my shoulders. I said, I'm not into it, and I left. That was it. And his name was... T.J. Miller. No.
I was going to say Carol Burnett, but that's not a guy.
No, that's it.
Or is it?
I'm working with her right now.
Carol Burnett?
Yeah, good Carol.
What graveyard?
That's not nice.
Isn't she? Well, any second.
What?
No.
Not even.
No, she's vibrant. She's alive. She's a comedy legend.
Yes, I'm more. I did a movie with her.
By the way?
I think she's nice. I did a movie with her years ago. Her and Walter Matthau. Can you believe it?
Oh, he's great. I had lunch with him the other day.
Did you? He died. He's dead.
God, I'm getting all these stiffies.
Yeah, you got to stay away from the cemetery.
Yeah.
Like, where's the Harland going? He's going to have lunch where?
Well,
cemetery?
you know why I'm up there so much? Because I don't know if you're a fan of Meatloaf.
Go ahead.
but he died about 3 years ago last week.
You went up there to?
Well, you go up to the graveyard to put flowers.
Yeah.
And I snuck in on the last full moon, and I went up with a big pot of mushroom gravy.
Okay.
And I just poured it on the meatloaf, and my God, I was crying.
Do you work out comedy bits on your podcast? Like, is that something you'll do in your act? I don't mean to be a dickhead. I'm serious about that.
There's no comedy here. We're telling stories. Stop picking
That's true.
your eye.
That's true.
Don't pick our eyes.
So meatloaf, you poured gravy on him. Mushroom gravy. Yeah.
Now, can we get? I mean, we're jumping around like a couple of whores at a Bakersfield Cracker Barrel.
Yeah.
I mean, what? Let's get back to the brain tumor.
Is that where they hang out?
How do you misdiagnose a brain tumor? They cut her head open.
Yeah,
they got in there and went, "Whoops-a-daisy, you've got arthritis."
Yeah, my mom was upset.
Yeah,
my dad. Yeah,
that's not a small error.
But I'll tell you, it was a good. It could have been worse. It could have been, oh my God, she has no brain or something. But it was.
Yeah.
It wasn't that. So we were upset, but we were also relieved. This was many years ago.
I'm glad she's good. I'm glad she's.
Now, what was your first? Did you do stand up before acting?
Yeah, I started with the stand up
in Canada.
Yeah.
Why are so many? I tell you, why are so many great comedians from Canada? Because you seem to all be so sweet and nice, but I think underneath it all, you're stuffing shit. Am I right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a taxidermist, you mean? Or
Sort
what do you
of.
mean?
Yeah. No, I mean, you're just pushing down because you're like, hi, never everybody's
That's
nice.
a myth. That's a myth about comedians that I actually hate, and I'm glad you brought it up.
Go ahead.
There's this kind of mythology
Where's the button
about.
to end the
oh,
podcast?
Here we go. Yeah, there.
Thanks, Harland.
Thanks
Come
so
back
much.
anytime.
We'll see you next time at The Price is Right.
Yeah.
We should do a modeling gig together.
We
Do
should.
still
Me, you, and Drew
catwalk?
Carey. Yes.
Well, he could hold our clothes.
Price
He could be our dresser. Yeah.
He got skinny.
But
So-
here's the misnomer about comedians. There's this sort of this thing out there that all comedians are dark and suppressing father issues and anger and childhood abuse and all this stuff. It's not true. It's with some of them, like in any industry, like you're an actor, you've probably met your fair share of actors that have issues.
Right.
Pressing down anger and competitiveness.
But I'm talking about your whole country.
Oh, yeah. You nailed it.
Yeah.
You nailed it.
I'm kidding.
Cheers.
But
no, you got it.
But I
Cheers.
think you're right about that.
Yeah.
There's some, but a lot. But come on, be honest now. You've had a lot of comics on here. You know every comic.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of them are a little insecure. A lot of them had a rough. They have a little. Anger.
You know what? There is an element.
You're
of
not,
that.
'cause you're happy,
I'm not
clearly.
like that.
Did you have a good childhood?
Great childhood, great family, great parents.
Mm-hmm.
I got into comedy not for any insecurity. I got into it because I wanted to make people laugh.
Yeah, that's great.
And so this is where Daddy's at. This is where the
I love it.
Hamburglar slides.
Name some other comics like you. I think you are that way, and I think it's great that you are. But I think a lot of comics are damaged. But tell me, like this is a
No, but that's what I mean. That's the thing that's out there.
Okay, tell me. I'll give you 10 comics that are damaged. You give me one comic that, besides you, that had no damage.
Well, before you say that,
and don't make no more Canadians.
Let me preface it that I've always sort of kept my distance from the comedy community.
That's bullshit.
It really isn't.
Seriously?
If you ask anyone in the comedy clubs, Harland's a ghost. I go in,
okay.
I do my thing, and I'm not tightly knit in the comedy. Not because I don't like comedians. I'm just a bit of a loner.
Jeff Ross is your friend. I was just talking to him.
Yeah, Jeff. Yeah, I don't know.
You don't hang out
I don't know Jeff in a deep level. Unfortunately,
if I came to one of your summer parties, who would I see here?
Carol Burnett.
Okay. Walter
Matthau's corpse. Okay. We have a cadaver. He's not that great in the sun, so we put extra sunscreen on the stiffy. I call him.
Yeah.
But
not comics, honestly. So you wouldn't.
Comics. I'll have comics.
Well,
up
get
here.
the fuck. You just said you don't hang out with comics.
Well, to have them at a little party, I don't mean I don't go out to dinner. I don't hang around and do writers groups. I don't do that kind of stuff.
Well, why would you? You don't need to.
Yeah.
You're funny on your own.
Thank you.
But you do have. But so like what comics come over here?
My buddy Orny Adams.
Don't know.
Bob's been over to my house.
What for?
Little party, little outdoor barbecue.
How was the experience doing that movie then? Was it fun?
Oh, with Bob?
Yeah.
Well, like I said, he's a nutter. He's a nutty guy, but he was a competent director.
For you to call someone a nutter.
Yeah, I know. But here's the thing. He was a competent director. We had a blast. Oh, wow. What's going on?
I just wanted to take my glasses off so I could really gaze into your eyes.
Yeah, this is
a lot,
sort
right?
of alarming. You've got piercing Greek eyes.
Yeah. And
Oh, what was this?
Nothing.
What is that?
I just had an itch.
It's like you channeled energy at me or something.
No.
But I did this movie, Becoming Dick, with Bob.
Were you a cop in that? Was it a cop?
No, I was a struggling actor,
Okay.
and then a weird event happens, and my fortune turns, and I become this huge star, obnoxious star, and I have this butler, Robert Wagner, great Robert Wagner,
Robert Wagner,
and
RJ,
RJ, yeah, RJ, and a cool story about him. I'll tell you real quick.
I got one too. Go ahead.
Do you know that iconic photo of Marilyn Monroe where she's standing on the street grate and her dress is blowing up?
Was he blowing it up? No. Was he laying underneath the grate? Is that really happening?
Is it RJ or BJ?
BJ, yeah.
But he told me, he goes, if you had panned 3 feet to the left on that picture, he would have been standing there. He was dating Marilyn at that point in time. So every time I look at that picture now, it's almost like Where's Waldo? I picture Robert Wagner like right there.
Well, you got Marilyn Monroe and her dress is going up. Why the fuck would you pan over to Robert?
Yeah.
But I never knew that they did it. I have Frank Sinatra's phone book.
What?
And it's like he carried it with him, and it's all his writing in it. And there's all these great. I love when people come over. I go, take a guess whose phone book this is, and you can look through it and see like Sammy and and presidents and and so RJ is in there. And when Saget came over once, I was showing it to him, and he goes, "Oh my God, let's call him." And we called him, and Bob said, "Was this your number that was in there?" And he said, "Yeah. How did Stamos get that?" And he said, "I don't know. He stole it."
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Well, how did you get Frank Sinatra's phone book? That's a little bit, dude.
I collect stuff. I don't collect African American ventriloquist dummies.
Well, I do.
Yeah, I see.
I got a whole family.
So you think that? So it is a myth that comics are come from a dark place. Come on, man.
No, it's not a myth, but to blanket all of them with that. That's what I hear.
Okay, I understand,
Everyone
yeah.
I go, oh, all comics are dark and depressed.
Tell
and
me,
it's
give
not
me
true.
5 that aren't.
Well, here's the thing.
5.
Okay, I'd say Orny, my friend Orny Adams.
That's one.
I don't. That's the thing. I don't. Like I said, I don't have a lot of deep relationships with a lot of comedians.
Yeah, but you see comedians, and you have a.
I used to be buddies with Norm Macdonald. He's one of the guys I got really close to, and he was a happy guy. He was a great guy.
Yeah, tell me about. He was the greatest, right?
Yeah, he was awesome.
Did you see the podcast? I hosted the roast of Saget's roast, and Norm was in it, and he had this famous set where he just went on for like 10, 15 minutes.
Yeah.
The long version is on YouTube, but I mean they cut it down to a couple minutes. But he just said, "Bob, I don't want to make fun of people. I'm just going to read out of a joke book."
Yeah.
And he did the great Norm.
He was like that, man.
Yeah.
Norm would always find. If everyone was going down this comedy road, Norm would go off and create his own road.
Did he do this Harland Highway?
No, he passed away. I just sort of when I got this going is when
because of the podcast. You think?
Yeah,
that was it. It was like I can't.
Podcast.
I'm either going to have to do the podcast or die. And
Smoking kills, drinking kills, podcast kills. Yeah,
I almost died today.
Yeah, you did.
Well, anyway, okay, so we got that. We did that.
Yeah. But wait a minute. I want to talk about the Greek thing, my guy.
Why?
Well, because you're Greek.
Oh, Canada.
No.
I have so many Canadian friends. I love it.
But you're,
That's like saying.
But the Greek, because Stamos.
Stamatopoulos is my.
That's what I thought it was going to be Stamos Andriolius Itiliki or something. It's never just Stamos.
Yeah, Stamatopoulos it was.
Why do you just do Stamos? Or Stamos.
Stamos. Right. Why don't?
But everyone else says Stamos.
Yeah.
But why don't you do the long E? Why do you do the short E?
My grandfather had it just cut off, just like his, going through Ellis Island, and so they chopped it off, and then so Stamos.
Oh, okay.
You know Giannis Pappas?
Yeah.
He's a great comic.
Oh, I thought that was a dish.
No, I love him. I love comics. I love stand-up. I love what you do. I've said that 3 times.
Yeah.
Don Rickles was one of my, he's like a second father to me, as you might have remembered.
No way, you have 2 dads?
I did. My one died. Both of them are dead now.
Oh, dude.
My 2 dads.
A lot of death on this show tonight.
Too much.
Why
do you say tonight when it's the afternoon?
Well, to me, it's always night because I'm a vampire.
Oh, yeah. Do you sleep in?
I do, in a bed.
Yeah.
I sleep in a bed.
Are you just because you're on the road all the time and you stay up late at comedy clubs and stuff?
Oh, you said, do I sleep in? And I just said a bed. I can get up at any hour.
We can cut this part out.
No, because I got to be up at all hours to model.
Yeah. Do you still do the runway? I haven't seen.
I do I call it the catwalk. I was
yeah.
in Milan about 3 weeks ago for Fashion Week, and I threw my ass out. You do
Yeah.
Well, you do the turns too fast.
It's like a hip thing. Yeah.
And it's like, I don't know if you're a science guy or a physics guy,
Both.
but if if you know the physics of a helicopter propeller,
right, sure.
It whips and then the momentum pulls it around faster. People think it's just a straight,
no.
But it's the weight and the whip that make it rotate.
Yeah.
And I don't know if this has ever happened to you. You might not want to talk about it.
Has.
I think it has.
I think I know what you're going to say.
Well, when you come down the catwalk, like I did in Milan last week when I threw my ass out, you walk down, you do the whip, and you walk back.
Right, but you kept
Well,
spinning.
no, here's what happened. Daddy got into a bean burrito before
First of all, why do you call yourself Daddy?
Well, why not? It's the 90s.
Yeah,
Let's
you're
go.
right. You're right.
Let's go.
Okay, so when
Tiger
Daddy ate the burrito,
So Daddy did, and when just as Daddy was doing his turn,
you heard a pop. You
I
thought
let
it was
one rip.
Okay,
and the
that's
fart
what
whipped
threw
me
you-
around too fast, threw my ass out.
It happens.
Unbelievable.
You can't be having.
Yeah.
Daddy can't eat burritos before a big fashion show,
don't do
especially
it.
with those assless chap things that you're promoting now. I bought a pair and I love them. Harland's assless chap. Yeah.
Yeah, aren't they nice?
Yeah. This is improv, folks.
They're great on a roller coaster too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because when you bounce up there, you can just release the Kraken.
Well, you hear a pop.
Yeah.
Like, and you think it's a fart, but it's really your like part of your hip is displaced.
Like a separation.
Yeah. Then you go spin. And they go, well, that person looks like he's at a Dead concert.
Oh, wow.
You know what I mean? Like a spinner.
Yeah, what's your worst catwalk story, modeling?
One of my testicles flew out.
Mercy. Mercy.
Just one, yeah.
Which one, right or left?
Lefty.
Oh, mercy.
I hate that fucking, and I've been pissed off at my testy ever since.
Where'd it go?
It just popped right out of the little G-string that I was wearing. I was like,
God,
come on, I'm so
mercy.
embarrassed. Yeah,
What kind of G-string?
It was sacrilegious, and people started praying to my balls. And
well, that's why they call it sacrilegious. Yeah.
that was a Saget joke, by the way.
Yeah.
But he's dead. He won't know that I did. He
won't know.
Any joke you do, that was my joke. That's mine.
Yeah.
Now he's gone. We could do it.
Yeah. By the way,
he would do like a week after. Play the music.
You're right.
Nice meeting you.
You too. Let's start again, and we're back. Can we talk about this? Might be too sensitive, but you stop me if I'm going to throw it out there.
Okay.
You stop me if it's going over. We were both friends with Saggy.
Is Amber still here?
Amber's still here.
She should do, ask the questions.
She's knitting. She's knitting me some new jokes.
Okay.
There is this veil of mystery around how Bob passed.
Right.
I've heard ridiculous things like he got hit by a baseball bat, he hit his head. As someone who is extremely close to him, can you clear up that mystery? Because even I don't know. I've asked around. I was close with Bob, but I still feel like I don't have the answer. And if it's too sensitive, we can, I can hit the button.
Yeah, I don't think it's. He was watching Freddy Got Fingered. I know that.
Oh, wow. That's gotta hurt.
I think I've used the same reference twice.
Yeah, that's okay.
That's all right. That's all right.
Repeat and perform, my guy.
Yeah, but I truly believe that he fell backward and hit his head on the corner of the. I think it might have been conspiracy theories, but I think it might have been in the bathroom.
Yeah.
And then went out to the bed and lay down and just didn't wake up. But it was such a fucking shock to all of us, man.
Well, when you're almost 6'7", 6'5",
five, yeah.
and you go down like a timber, you hit your head.
Right.
So did the autopsy say that sort of was the conclusive answer?
Yeah, and with the baseball bat theory came in was like, they said like it's like it would have enough blunt force because of they did something in the eyes that it would equal getting hit with a baseball bat. I hope to God he wasn't in any pain or something, but it was just so. I mean, he's a guy that was in your life all day, every day. It was very bombastic with his love, and all of a sudden to just be cut off like that, it was just so just shocking, and still is. And you can attest to this too. Like I don't think he knew how loved he was. And that's what really breaks my heart because, he didn't think, he thought he should be up, Chappelle, and everybody called him and he was, but he was never, he just didn't, he wasn't where he thought he should be. And he would have got there eventually. I think he was, but he was so fucking loved and he just didn't know it. And I had one of these great last meals with him. We double dated with our wives. We went to Nobu and we were sitting out and it was a beautiful night.
Oh, by the way, that just in case you're wondering, folks, that's the only place you can eat in town where there's no ghosts.
There is now. But there we were outside.
Nobu.
Nobu. Oh, I get it. Right. There's a gay ghost there.
What's his name?
Blow me. Blow me. You ever met him? Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I can't top that. So it was a beautiful night. A moon. It was perfect. And
he
Bob
pulled down his pants.
Bob was everything I wanted him to be. Like he was actually listening, and he wasn't talking about himself, and he was a little self-absorbed in the sweetest of ways.
Yeah.
But he was just so beautiful, and he would drive me crazy because he'd like to take pictures, but it was like, let's take a picture, and he was holding high, and you have to get a drone half the time to get hide my chin.
Yeah.
And he didn't do that, and and we took one last picture, and I just picture him now, because he went on for 2 hours that night and went back to the hotel. He called his wife, and he sent her a picture of him on stage and said, "Will you touch this up?" And she said, "You look so handsome, you don't need it to be touched up." And then he went to bed, I like to think, and smiling, thinking about the laughter, because he just killed for 2 hours on stage. It was 2 hours in Orlando, I think it was, or somewhere near Florida, and near Orlando, because he was in Orlando in the hotel. And I just hope that he went to bed thinking of us and smiling and, knowing that he did a great set.
From the time you had that dinner with him and he did that show,
couple weeks.
It was a couple of weeks. Yeah. Oh man, that is a great memory.
Well, I got this weird call from my publicist, and it was weird because a few weeks earlier he got this call that I died at a plane crash near San Diego by Amber's house. And is she part of the show? Does anybody know Amber?
Nobody knows.
Well, they do now.
But they do now.
Yeah. So I was asleep, and my publicist called my wife and went up, and she said, "Is John okay?" And she's like, "Yeah, he's upstairs taking a nap." I was like, "Oh, okay, thank you." There was a TMZ called and said,
"You had died in a plane crash."
Yeah.
Good Lord.
And I said, "Wait until I do Harland's podcast. Let me die then."
More death stories.
So then a couple weeks later, I get a call from my publicist on a Sunday, which is rare, and he says, "Is Bob okay?" And I said, "Yeah, why?" He said, "Well, I got a thing from TMZ that he's dead." I'm like, "What? Get the fuck out of here."
Oh, come on.
And I said, those kids, they got to get better sources, because last week, 2 weeks ago, I was dead. Now, And then, let me check. I started texting him, and he didn't text me back. And I said, well, he's probably flying.
Dude.
And then I called I started texting everyone. And then Candace called me and said, I just got this weird DM from somebody who showed me took a picture of the death of the police report in Orlando and said that it was his sister's. This girl's sister was a cop and said Bob was dead. And just then I'm getting these phone calls from Kelly. I said, "Hold on, Candace." And I flip over to Kelly, his wife, and I just hear her screaming. And I will never forget it. I was in the parking lot of by this mall by my house, and I just dropped to my knees, and he's been gone ever since. You want to play the music so we can get And is this podcast about death?
Death.
Yeah. Have you had anybody close to you die?
Yes, a Siamese twin. I used to I have a very creepy story that hits close to home with how Bob went. And thank you for sharing, by the way, because I think a lot of people are kind of like confused about how
I have to tell you,
passed away.
I was part of all of it, the investigation. I saw a video of him going in, hit the room. No one else went in.
Yeah.
He hit his head, and and like you said, he was very tall and he was a little heavy, and he would take Ambien, or whatever to sleep.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was Ambien, it was one of those, and then he hit his head. Sorry. So Was his death around the holidays? It was around
January. Yeah, it was January. So I think it was that week. my cousin said, let's go to a wellness center in Hawaii, like this fancy wellness center where they do massages and all inclusive. Like, it was like,
really?
it was like fancy. Like, we put out a few bucks for it.
Okay.
So we go to the wellness center, and in order to go to Hawaii, I had to get the vax. I had been holding out for like a year and a half, 2 years. I didn't want to get it, but I said, I want to go. And then I was planning to do some other traveling.
Okay.
So we go, we're at the wellness center, okay? On the day we were supposed to fly, I didn't sleep much. I slept 2 hours.
You nervous about flying?
No, it was like, when you travel, it's like I can't sleep, so I get excited. So we go
But you haven't traveled yet.
I know, but the
anticipation
anticipation of going to the airport. So we go to the airport, and I go get a can of pop, and I'm standing at the counter, and I see this thing like sleep. These little things you see at the counter at the candy store, like instant sleep, or 5 hours instant sleep, like these little things. I'd never seen it before, and I go, I'm going to drink this tonight when I get to Hawaii.
Okay.
Because I want to be refreshed for when I... So I get the thing, right? We get to the wellness, a check-in, beautiful rooms. Like about 10 o'clock at night, I drink the thing. I didn't read the directions. It was like this big, and I just drank the whole thing.
Right.
I just thought it's not very big.
Yeah.
I go to sleep, bro. I wake up at about 2 a.m. I got to pee. I get up. I go to the nice bathroom. It's like a big, huge bath, marble things. I'm standing there peeing. I finish, and it's like a light went out. All of a sudden, just went, and I was gone.
Oh.
Everything went black. So it's never happened to me in my life.
And you woke up on the floor.
I don't know if it's associated to the vax, or I don't want to say that, but it was weird. It's never happened before.
Okay.
I wake up on the floor.
Wow.
Like drooling. I'm on a marble floor, fancy place.
Yeah.
And underneath the sink was this great big thing they hold the towels in, like a big wooden box.
Towel holder.
And it was moved.
Okay.
And the back of my head right here hit it.
Jeez.
And I woke up. I don't know how long I was out. I woke up. I was like, oh, wow. I checked for blood. No blood. I go back to bed. I sleep. The next day we get up. We do a 16-mile bike ride down the side of a volcano and back up. Like, I just went on. And then I hear the story about Bob when I get home.
Right.
And I go, I just smacked my head on a box, like full 6'2", wham. And I was like, I go to my doctor. I said, should I be worried here that because they say that Bob's. And
was it before Bob's?
It was after.
Okay.
It was just after, I think within 2 days.
Copycatter.
I know, dude. And
that's scary because you're not supposed to. I think the problem was he hit his head and then laid down and went to sleep.
That's exactly
That's
what I
you
did.
Yeah.
And my doctor said, well, if you're here now in front of me, you're okay. And I said, well, should I be worried about a blood clot or anything? Dude, it was. And when it happened to Bob, I was like freaking out, man.
Yeah. Well, thank God one of you made it. That's scary. Yeah. It's like, usually those drink things are like 5 hour, stay awake.
Keep you awake.
Yeah.
I found the opposite.
Yeah. Are you sure?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, well, it's thank God you're here. Yeah, it's awesome.
God,
Everything is fragile. Like, life is fragile. I mean, these fucking fires, we thought we had any control. The COVID showed us we don't.
Yeah.
And now we really don't, right?
Yeah.
We're just vulnerable.
It's crazy, dude. Food, fires.
Food.
Well, I wanted to get back to the Greek thing because I'm upset. But do you mind, by the way?
You want to put them on?
Well, I think I should. We're both sort of the same.
Yeah, it's kind of the same thing. Those look good. You look like, wait a minute. I'm not kidding. Now I get the picture. You look like, and I'm not even kidding. Look to the, you look like,
You?
No, Kevin Costner a little bit. Did you ever get that?
I do, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially with the glasses. Look. Right? And the background is, look at that. Or you look like Robert Downey Jr. there a little bit too. You get it? Do you see what I'm saying?
I hear Kevin Costner gets a lot of, they think he looks like Harland Williams, by the way.
Yeah. I never heard that. Look. So you know how to, you know where that's from your modeling days.
That's why they call me the meat.
Yeah. You know exactly where to look.
Yeah.
And
did you notice I sucked the cheeks in a little?
I heard the noise, but I thought it was my butt.
Well,
who's your favorite comic right now?
Oh, it's got to be you.
Yeah.
I I think Theo Vaughn cracks me the freak up, man. He's the best.
I haven't really.
You've never seen Theo
no,
Vaughn?
I have a little bit, but I want to.
You got to see him live. It's like any comic's way better live. He's not that he isn't great. I mean, he's hilarious on his podcast, but live, he's such a treat.
He's trying
so
to do he's trying to steal the mullet look, which I pioneered.
You had the mullet going for a while.
Yeah, that was the thing. Do you feel like?
Here we go. Here it comes.
How were you nervous ever about being getting canceled or any of that kind of stuff? And the line just kept moving around, and you were like, "Fuck it, I'm doing my act." And
I didn't care because I came all the way from Canada. We struggled to get in. It's not an easy process for actors, comedians. I went through all the legalities, all the stuff.
You should have just married me.
Yeah, I will.
That would have been faster. Okay.
I will.
And you went through the legalities.
Shows early, that guy.
And you wanted to. So what's your point?
So my point was, I'm not coming to the United States of America, the land of the free, to be censored, to be told what to do. I said, if you want to cancel me, cancel me. But I'm not sitting down. I'm not holding back.
What's your edgiest joke? That
Okay, these three priests walk into a bar.
Okay, why? They drink?
Well, if I can tell the joke. Wow, Greeks.
Sorry,
fucking Greeks.
My mouth.
It's unbelievable.
No, it's
just
your
a
show.
Greek
Go ahead.
attitude. It's like I feel
Harland
like I've been getting tzatziki from the moment you sat down.
The Hershey Highway. With Harland. Okay, go ahead.
By the way, can we just acknowledge before I tell the joke? I'm going to say it, and you can get mad if you want. Our calamari rings just deep fried assholes. I mean, come on, guy.
Bob used to say that he would talk.
What do you say? That's my joke. Is that what he'd say?
No, he would talk about. Well, I asked him to host my father's funeral, which could have.
Well, another death story.
Yeah.
Great.
So,
Thank you.
So my dad died, and I say, "Will you host the thing?" And we were all very sad, obviously. And he gets up and goes, "Good afternoon. Tonight's specials are cake and cock, and we're out of cake." And that was my mom.
Wow.
And then he said, I talk about getting circumcised or something. Then he said, enjoy the calamari. So his was more of a circumcision joke, where yours is just the
not quite as good as mine.
All right, so three priests walk into a bar.
Well, wait. Do you dip the? I mean, have you ever had the calamari and you're like, waiter, more assholes, please, and you dip it in this asshole sauce? And what is tzatziki? Can we talk tzatziki, guy?
Yeah, it's like
Let's
sour
talk
cream,
tzatziki.
and you can't say it. Why?
There aren't a lot of podcasts where I can sit and say, let's talk tzatziki.
Tzatziki talk.
How do you say it?
Tzatziki.
So you just stumbled a little.
I don't care.
I don't either.
Let's talk about the three priests.
Okay, these three priests walk into a bar. The first priest says, can I get some calamari ring?
What kind of bar? What kind? And that's thanks, Harland. Thanks for having me. What kind of bar serves calamari? Is it like a hot
think about it. What
Hooters.
did I say? What did I say they were?
Hooters.
No, think about
priests.
Well, yeah, but they're serving
calamari.
Assholes, deep fried assholes. What kind of bar is that?
The confessional booth.
No.
Gay bar.
Just like they serve roast beef at a lesbian bar. Come on, guy, let's go, guy.
So we talk about you getting canceled. I'm going to get canceled by being on this show.
Let's get canceled together. Fuck off to Milan and do the catwalk.
We don't
need this.
We don't need
We don't
comedy.
need Hollywood.
Fuck
Look
Hollywood.
At us.
We don't need
Look
it.
at us. We're
right.
gorgeous.
You're right.
We're stunning. We're fresh beef, guy.
I got to go.
Did you just make a velociraptor noise?
No,
You were like...
You do a lot of voiceovers.
Wow.
Okay, finish. So three priests walk into a gay bar.
Okay, the first priest orders calamari ring.
Seriously?
Yes.
Serious?
Yes.
Okay, calamari rings.
The second priest orders tzatziki.
Okay.
You know what? Fuck you. You're not gonna let me. Daddy wants to do his joke.
Yeah, but Daddy's making this up as he goes. I can tell, Daddy. Zaddy? Ask Amber what a zaddy is.
What's a zaddy?
Amber?
Oh.
Did she leave?
Amber?
She passed away.
Oh, wait, I hear Amber. Uh-oh, she's on the phone.
I don't care.
Are you there? What's a zaddy? A zaddy. No, she doesn't
Thank
know.
you, Amber.
Okay. A term for an attractive, stylish, competent man. I just call that a
Zaddy
Harland.
Williams. Yeah.
Yeah, I just say Harland. Yeah, I don't need any code. Look at me. Hey everybody, my brand new book, Uncle Milton, is here at last. It's a collection of strange but wonderful short stories, and you can read that along with some of my other books. I bet you didn't know that I wrote books, did you? It's a little secret I've had. We have Crave with zombie stories, and we have Journeys, people's harrowing tales of their journeys through life, Sex, Sin, and Satan, where we explore some darker themes, and Don't Look Under the Bed, some Twilight Zone-esque stories for bedtime reading at harlandwilliams.com. By the way, also the smashing of the plates with you Greekies. Can I say Greekies? Because we're called Canucks. Is that an insult to say Greeky?
No.
Is Greeky cool?
Yeah.
You can say Canuck.
I don't want to.
I don't want to say Greeky then.
Oh, Canada. There's a big Beach Boy run in Canada in a couple of weeks, and I can't make it.
By the way, I told you this. You freaked out. You got mad at me. I watched you in Bakersfield at the Kern County Fair with the Beach Boys. I told you that I think about a month or two ago at the movie premiere.
And I got mad at you?
And you were like, why didn't you come up and say anything, man? I said, because it was a huge crowd and you were on stage and I can't just like walk up, hey, dude.
That's me.
Dude, tell me how you got hooked up with them. I love the Beach Boys.
Are we done with the three priests? What got
I'll
you
tell you
canceled?
the punchline later.
What's the punchline?
At the end.
Just give me the punchline. Okay, at the end.
All right, I'll tell you the punchline.
We can wait.
I'll tell you now.
Okay.
Hey, look, it's Farrah Fawcett. That's the... Wait. That's the punchline.
I get it.
But we missed the third priest, so you never know the whole setup. But too bad.
Oh, I'll YouTube it.
The Greekies get pushy in the middle of the night.
What do you love about the Beach Boy? You're a Beach Boy. Why were you in Bakersfield at a Beach Boy concert?
I'm not going to disclose that. It might have had something to do with a casting couch. Maybe they built a new IKEA there. But wait, why? How did you end up playing with the iconic band, the Beach Boys? It's unbelievable. You're up there playing guitar, and you sing too?
Did you not see me play drums? I mainly played drums.
How did you end
When
up
was
with
that
them?
concert? Like how long ago?
Oh, this was probably 5 years ago.
Bakersfield. Was it
Kern County Fair.
Why were you there? Seriously, though. Were you in a booth?
I might have been on a date with a little lady.
You think how you would have really scored if you've texted me or texted someone who knew me and said, hey, I'm at this thing, Stamos is there. And I would have texted you and said, come up and sing Bob Around with us because we bring people on stage.
Oh, my God. Now
You would have got
tell me.
laid on the Ferris wheel.
Oh, dude. I actually have a good Ferris wheel story, but I'm not going to tell it.
Tell it.
No.
Come on.
You wouldn't even give me a legit casting couch.
Because honestly, I never dealt with it. I didn't have any casting couch issues.
A guy that looks like you and me.
You'd think.
And you've never got seduced in the audition room or by one of your agents or...
No. When
Dude,
I
you gotta live
auditioned
my
for
life.
General Hospital, the description was and we'll get back to the fair, the Ferris wheel. The description was Blackie Parrish. He was a street urchin. I didn't know what urchin. I had to look up urchin.
What was the name?
Blackie Parrish was the name of the character. Don't do it. Don't say it. And so it was for a New York street kid.
Okay.
I'd never been to New York. I grew up in Orange County by Disneyland.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
And I thought, and I loved Saturday Night Fever. Back to Travolta.
Oh, yeah.
Electrified. Electrified.
Yeah.
Al Pacino. And so, but he had to walk, right? Staying alive, boom, with that little crop
I didn't
thing.
even know he cooked.
But he was a good... So he walk. Oh, I get it. So electrified. It's electrifying. What's the matter with me? What's the matter with you?
Sandy, I'll come back. I love you, Sandy.
That's a great impression. But
I love you, Sandy.
Sandy. How long does this go?
We ended it about 25 minutes ago. Yeah.
That's why I love podcasts. You can just talk. So anyway, it was street. So I thought I needed to walk. So
Yeah.
I was working on, and I needed a leather jacket. My mom had a longer, puffy one, and I thought, okay, I'm going to cut that, and but she wouldn't let me cut it. So I took this leather jacket, and I was like, I gotta work on my walk. I need a walk for this character.
yeah.
So I went to Santa Monica Boulevard over here, where the priests went to a bar, and I was not kidding you. I thought,
Yeah.
oh, this looks like New York. Okay.
Yeah.
And I get out of the car. My hair was feathered. I remember my mom used the curling iron on it because it was thinging up.
On a boy?
Yeah. And so it was sort of feathered, and I was wearing jeans and things. And
That's
I was like,
Teen Wolf hair.
yeah, exactly. And I was like, so I pull up to Santa Monica Boulevard, which is a,
Boys Town.
Boys Town.
Yeah.
And which I didn't.
A lot of calamari restaurants
There's some
there.
and priests walking around. I went into this parking lot of this thing called Rage. I thought, oh, good, this guy needs Rage, So and I'm driving, like I can't even parallel park, and this thing, and I'm like back in front of me. So I get out, and I got the leather jacket, and I'm like walking up and down Santa Monica Boulevard, like working on my walk, with trying to tighten my ass, and like trying to, and I'm here, woo, get it, girl. I'm like, well, I'm not a girl, but okay, thanks, like these guys are catcalling, and I thought, I need a bandana, because Chachi wears a bandana around his thigh, on Happy Days. Scott.
Yeah.
So he was New Yorker, so I went into one of the 18 bandana stores that and I said, okay, I'll take that yellow one. And the guy was, oh, you're in luck today. With every bandana you get a free massage. And I'm like, thanks, but I got this audition. Maybe I'll come back later. I don't know. Yeah. I was very innocent, and I go in. I had this bandana tied around the thing, and I burst in with for the audition. I burst in with my walk, and they're like, stop moving around. What are you doing? I was like, well, I wanted to just stay still and read the lines. Okay, so I start reading, and they stop me again. Stop. So you'd like to be peed on? I'm like, what? I said, well, that's what a yellow bandana means. That in that culture, a yellow bandana means peed on, a brown one.
What?
And I just walked out and thought, okay, Hollywood, just piss on me. This is
Well, what's a polka dot one do for you?
Polka dot. Anyway, so that's, but I didn't really have any other too many crazy,
Wow, I'm surprised considering we look so much alike, and I've had tons.
You're hotter.
Huh?
You say it without saying it. Like, hey, come rape me.
I know. I've just that's the problem with
Grape
me, my sexuality.
That's not a word to be.
What is it?
Grape. Anyway, so where were we? The Beach Boys. I would love the Beach Boys.
But how did you get hooked up with them? Did you just reach out in an email? Like how did you end up with the iconic group like the Beach Boys on stage?
It's next to my wife and my kid. It's the greatest thing that's ever happened to me.
But
I loved them.
Yeah.
I knew the guitar player, this guy Jeffrey Foskett, who was one of the greats.
Yeah.
And we were friends I used to go to Disneyland and watch this band.
Okay.
And so I was really depressed. I was mad. I was on towards the end of General Hospital. I was madly in love with this. The first time I ever fell in love with this girl.
Oh, wow.
And I was calling her, couldn't get a hold of her. And I went to her house and walked in, and she was in bed with Tony Danza.
Good God. No.
Who's the boss now? Him. He was.
Whoa.
And I was heartbroken.
At least it wasn't Scott Baio and Charles was in charge.
Exactly. I wasn't going to tell this story, but it's in the book. But I figured you could do a run on it, and that was it.
Oh, thanks. I'm busy.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, so I was so bummed out.
Dude.
My friend said, "Come." Well, the Beach Boys are playing at. It was around '84. The Beach Boys were playing Padre Stadium. Come down and I'll introduce you to them after a baseball game. They play a set.
Yeah.
When you hear fun, go down to the field, cross over, come to the backstage. I'll introduce you to them, and then they go back on stage, and then they leave. So you gotta get there, at that time.
Yeah.
You're not gonna meet them. Fun ends. I go down to the baseball field thing.
Yeah.
And I go which way? And all of a sudden I hear this screaming, like blood. And I'm like, what? Who's screaming? I look over and there's like 50 cheerleaders screaming at me. I was like, oh shit. And I started running, like almost around the bases, like an idiot. And here I am in this, like my Jordache jeans and my hair. I look like a crow, landed on my head, died, and then just started.
Wow.
And I look up on the Jumbotron, and these girls are almost on my tail. I run as fast as I can. I get to the door, and they slam the door, and the girl's like, ah! And I'm sweating like this. I look over, and there's
Tony Danza.
There's the Beach Boys just looking at me.
Oh, okay.
It was just nuts.
Oh, wow.
And so, and they were, because I was, out of breath and freaked out.
What a thing! Most men can't say that they were chased, stampeded by a herd of hot women, cheerleaders.
You can,
I can, but that's what I mean. Most men
can.
But what a special place to be in life.
Yeah,
like not many guys outside of me and you and Fabio could really tell that story.
Totally. And Mike Lopes said to my friend, like, who's that? And he said, well, it's John Stamos. He plays drum. I was on General Hospital.
Wow.
And he says, do girls scream for him like that all the time? And my friend said, yeah. He goes, get him on stage. And I played Bob Rand with them, and then I just kept hanging around. They couldn't get rid of me, and that was
that
almost 40 years ago.
Favorite Beach Boys song?
God only knows.
Really?
Yeah. You?
Why
What's your
that
favorite?
one?
It's a perfect song. Like there's
Yeah.
very few perfect songs. Did you love being at the show? Like with discord at an all-time high and decency at an all-time low.
Yeah.
Like the Beach Boy music now is so, people need it so
Wholesome,
bad.
yeah.
It's optimistic. It's fun. Surfing
Yeah.
USA. Wouldn't it
Takes
be
you back
nice?
to that special time
Good
when things were
vibrations.
innocent.
Yeah.
People, boys and girls on the beach, a
Right,
campfire, like
yeah.
surfing, wholesome.
Nudity.
My favorite, little surfer, little one.
Maybe it's good that you didn't text
Make
me
my-
that day. Keep going. I'm just kidding. How did you get turned on by the Beach Boys? You guys have no beaches
I
there.
think I just got completely turned off, to be honest.
Sorry.
And, they can go straight to hell on a wax surfboard covered with spam meat.
All right, see, go again. Little surfer.
Little surfer, little. You know what? Forget it.
I love it.
You're gonna give me the John Wayne Gacy smile. I'm not. I'm not doing it.
That's very good. Well, please come to another show. We're playing at
I would love it.
in May at the it's called the Beach Life in Redondo.
Good.
Will you please come?
Yeah, Redondo.
Yeah,
Yeah.
May 4th, I think it is.
All right.
for you
Text
people
me.
out
Give
there.
me a week warning so I know.
So you warm up and stuff.
No, just so I block the date out. I
Yeah,
don't
you
wanna
do a
miss
lot.
it.
How many dates are you on the road?
That's not for you to know.
No,
That's for
seriously.
them.
How many dates are you on the road?
Well,
How many dates do you do a
not
year?
telling. It's for them.
When are you at the comedy
Not
store?
for you.
now?
I don't need another
How-
stalker. No.
Okay. What's
Leave me
This
alone.
is a serious question because I love comedy. What's with these fucking people in the audience that are interrupting the show? What do you call them?
Hecklers.
Hecklers. It's too much. And
What?
and every video on these things are like hecklers, and the guy
Yeah.
in comedy puts them down. Like, do people just think they could come and be part of the show nowadays? Like, why?
Yeah, I just did a show 3 nights ago, and a woman right in front of me just stood up. And she just started talking, and then she sat down, and I said, stand back up. I actually enjoy hecklers.
That's what seems like some comics, unless they're gonna throw a bottle at your head or break
Yeah,
a
if they're
guitar or
going to do that. But if they their MO is to disrupt the show and
Yeah.
ruin it, I don't like it. But if a heckler's going to have fun and they kind of know the timing where it's like, okay, we had a moment,
Yeah,
move
yeah,
on.
yeah.
Those are great because that just makes the show fun and spontaneous,
Right, right.
and everyone knows it's not scripted, so
Right,
it's beautiful.
right.
It's like live. I call it pure comedy
Okay.
because you're making a room full of strangers laugh in a moment that had no telegraphing. Just boom.
I call it crowd work.
Yeah,
But go
yeah.
ahead.
Well, that's what people at DeVry call it crowd work.
And so she stood up and what's some of your great comebacks to these hecklers?
Oh my God! I mean, I had
She
one.
was short. Did you do any Munchkin jokes or anything?
I didn't do anything like that. I had one at the Comedy Store once that I really loved. It was
Mm-hmm.
like someone said something really stupid. It was a full house, like 350 people in there at the main room at the Comedy Store.
Okay.
Someone said something really stupid, and I kind of went, "Oh man, what are you, a retard?" Which isn't a word people like, but it's in the English vocabulary, so let's get over it.
Okay.
So I said it, and the crowd kind of gasped a little. And I said, "Hey, folks, I'm sorry. I used the word retard. I apologize." And I was being sarcastic. Like I said, I don't care about the
care,
wokeness
yeah,
stuff. So I kind of said, I said, "Is there anyone in the crowd that's offended by that word?" And some guy way at the back, he goes, "Yeah, I am." And I go, "Why are you offended, sir?" And he goes, "Because my sister's a retard." And I just went, "Sir, we don't use that word." it just blew up. It was like moments like that you can't just get those going unless they just happen.
But sometimes it's and I feel bad like for comics that have 10 minutes, right? And they're opening up
yeah.
for you or whatever.
Yeah,
and then some
that's-
jackass takes up 5 minutes of
Yeah,
their
that's
bit,
not good. But if it's in the right time and the right place, a great heckle can be great. I love
You
it.
love it. Okay, good to know. People out there.
Speaking of love, you know what's coming up? Valentine's Day, my guy. And I don't have a Valentine's Day yet, and it's hard to find someone as good looking as me and you. So in a straight way,
Yeah. Did you bring something? Oh my God.
would you,
Yes.
John Stamos,
Smokalikalis.
or whatever, however you say it.
Yeah.
How do you
that's
say it?
That's it.
Thank
That's
you.
it.
Will you be my Valentine?
Yes. Thank you.
And I have a card. I
What's it say?
Well, I'm going to read it to you.
And if you think that I'm not going to open this and dip into these pecan delights, you got another thing coming because I love candy.
On Valentine's Day, you will.
I have to wait.
You open it now, it's like cheating. Happy
Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Mm-hmm.
To dear John Stamalokalakaliklas, let's fucky. And that's from me to you. Happy
Thank
Valentine's.
You.
Yeah.
Thanks. Let's fucky. It
Yeah.
really does say let's fucky.
Yeah. Well, that's sort of private, but yeah.
Not anymore.
It's Valentine's. And it's not in a calamari way. It's just like two excellent
Two bros,
models.
two handsome guys.
Two catwalkers, one to the other, one slab of beef to the other.
I'm glad you didn't whip out corn or some. I've watched some of your other shows where it's like corn.
Corn on the cob.
Let's do
yeah.
shuck corn. Or something. It's very, you know that what is it called? MRS, MSR, like where it's just
MSG. Oh wow! Oh, I've heard about that.
and people get turned on.
They get turned on by noises. Would you do that again? By the way, just
keep your pants off.
just
Right. Folks at home, if you're just listening, you should see him.
whoa.
Hey everybody, check out my merchandise at harbling.com. Yeah, most people just slap some letters or images on a t-shirt or a hoodie, but not me. Yours truly. Guess what? I draw my own designs. At harbling.com you can see tons of my hand-drawn t-shirts. You can either buy the original or you can buy a print. And man, oh man, wear them loud and proud. I love making these designs for you guys and keeping it personal. So check out the whole catalog. We got hoodies, we got coffee mugs, we got t-shirts, you name it, it's there at harbling.com. Get your Harland original design, wearable art at harbling.com today. And thank you for your support. And I'll just keep the groovy images coming.
What are you doing?
Can we have
I think you're. You want to open it up? Yeah.
It's not. There's not cat poop in there.
No, those are real.
Russell's.
Let me just remind you what the card said.
Fucky.
Let's. Fucky.
Who?
Oh, there you go, guy.
Look at this.
Actually, they do look like cat turds.
Would you like one?
I can. I'm dieting. I'm in Milan in 3 weeks on the catwalk with Naomi Campbell and Fred Durst.
Does your mind always work that fast?
I don't know.
Okay, good. You really don't want any?
No, those are yours.
Are you on the shots?
On the what?
The Ozempic?
No.
you
But I
should
have
be.
been shot.
Yeah.
I was walking down Melrose about 3 weeks ago and I got hit by a drive-by.
You
Yeah, unbelievable.
have a bandana?
I had a bandana. It was a polka dot one. And I yelled to the guy, like, you missed, loser. And he turned around and came by and gave me another one. But it was buckshot. I guess the guy was looking for elk. It wasn't like, oh, are those good?
Mm-hmm. You really can't? Are you on a diet or something? I am trying to beat sugar too, but I can't.
Who wants another Valentine?
I do.
This one's a little more poetic. Okay. Dear Johnny, night and day, I think of you, don't ever go away. Stay, stay, stay. Deep in my heart you play. Oh my God, let's fucky. And that's from me. I wrote that myself. And
It always ends the same way.
well, it's Valentine's.
Oh, yeah, you have to say
Yeah.
You have to go, let's fuck you. I love it. I love it. I'm glad I didn't come at Christmas.
That's what she said.
John. That's
John.
folks at home.
Yeah.
If you can't, I mean, that's.
Yeah.
Um,
Are you ready for our final segment, John? Stamos, Akalakios, Pikalakiasikamakalocios?
we covered everything. No, wait a minute. Where did we meet for the first time?
Oh, you want me to tell that story?
Yeah. And then I think I know it.
Well, oh my God.
That's
See
my wife.
who it is. Oh my God. You got to take that, bro.
You think?
Yeah, take it.
sure?
Definitely. Yeah, you got to.
Hi, love. I'm on a podcast with Harlan.
Hi, love. It's okay. If you could maybe give us some content because John's really struggling. He's doing great. He's doing great.
He thinks that we look so much alike that he's talking about our modeling career in Milan and all that.
Have you ever seen me on the catwalk? She hung up on
She
me.
passed away.
I can't believe it. Oh, thank you. I was stampeded by the Victoria's Secret Angels once at a baseball game.
I'll call you later. She's stuck. She saw you and froze.
Oh my God, she froze.
I'll call you later, love. Okay.
Oh.
Did you?
Is she going to be jealous about this?
I'm not going to show it to her.
Yeah, don't show her the fucky card, dude.
So we met.
So we obviously knew of each other, and then years ago, I think I was in New York doing Conan or Letterman,
Okay.
and they put me at this really nice hotel. I forget which one. I had some time to kill before the limo came to pick me up to take me to Letterman.
Sure.
I wander into the bar.
Right.
You're sitting there by yourself at the bar just having a happy hour cocktail. I sat down and we shot the shit, and I told you my audition story for My Name is Earl, and I think it's the hardest I've ever seen you laugh in all the times that I've met you.
Oh my God, that's great.
Yeah.
Well, I don't. I have a good memory. I don't quite remember. Was that like 20 years ago or something like that?
Oh, this was probably, I'd say at least maybe 14. When did My Name is Earl come out? Probably 14 years ago. Yeah.
And you work with Garcia. He has a funny story that we were all at dinner, me and Bob, and somehow the Olsen twins and stuff. And
By the way, just sort of interject. The Olsen twins, are they really the twins from The Shining? Are they the same twins? The ones in the hallway where Danny?
No, I've seen the show.
They gotta be.
No, they're not.
I think they are.
Maybe.
Have you ever been scared of them?
Yeah.
They are.
So we were going to the comedy, and Bob said, let's do a set. I think he drove separately.
Okay.
And we go to the back door to get into the comedy store.
Yeah.
And you were working the door, and you opened the door and said, "Hi guys, come on in," something like that.
Wait, at the comedy store? Working the door?
Well, maybe you were at the door.
I was at the door.
This was 25, 30. Did you ever work the door?
No, never.
Well, you opened the back door for us, and you were the first face we saw. You know, like back there.
Yeah, I sort of remember that.
Yeah.
I think I was just there. Oh, it's at the Laugh Factory.
I'm sorry. Yes, I think it was.
And it was the back door by the bar.
Yes,
I think.
yes.
You guys were kicking it, and then I let you in. Yeah.
Yes. There you were the doorman there, or you were just.
No, I was just there doing a set that night. But glad you thought I was the work, the help. You know what? No.
Don't. Oh, come on.
Yeah. Say goodbye to Fucky.
I think I pissed him off.
Have fun with your wife. I'm out.
All right, let me finish the podcast. We don't need you. Play that thing. That was Harland Williams on Highway Podcast. I'm John Stamos, and I'm your new podcaster. I'm a little funnier, not as good looking, but I still don't talk about assholes as if they were calamari. Call me Daddy.
You know what? You are better than me at this.
Not really.
Now I'm double pissed.
That was a fake DJ voice.
I know, but you know what?
Come on.
Fuck you. No. You joke, and then
Yeah.
the truth comes out. You're better at this than me. Suck you and your heart-shaped candies and you know what? This one too, guy. Can't even rip it because it's a hairy card.
Don't rip that.
How do you rip a hairy
But
card?
you just
I don't know how
about
to.
7 pieces of
Well,
really good
it's
candy.
love hurts.
Love stinks,
Okay?
too.
Love hurts and no fucky.
Yeah.
And I can't rip a hairy card. I don't know if you can.
No, I'm not going to rip it. I'm going to put it in my pants. So what's the last bit here? You got a Dutch shoe and a thing?
So this is called Words from a Wooden Shoe.
Oh, great.
It's an authentic.
These podcasts always go so well till the end. They go, here's the last
You know what? I'm not gonna let you fucking me over, guy.
Have you done this bit with anybody else?
I'm
with
not.
the
I don't have
ending?
to answer to you. It's your podcast. You tell me what you think the
Get
answer
out.
is.
No, I'm just kidding.
This segment you're gonna love.
This podcast was so good, and there's always like one last bit at every podcast. Like, tell me your top 5 wieners.
No, you're gonna like this.
Okay.
Get rid of your hairy card. And where are you going, guy? Oh, you love the sweets. I love that you're going for the candy, but not the heart that I gave you. That hurts, guy. God, I love you. See, this is the thing. Look at this. Exactly the same.
I want it. Yeah.
When guys like us know how to turn on
Do you
the
have
sex.
an animal? What's this hair from that fucking card?
It's from the card, the hairy
Why
card.
don't you ruin a good chocolate with hair?
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's all right.
Do you want to eat it?
I'm sorry.
I'm
Get it?
sorry.
No, Canadian. I'm sorry.
So you know our accent?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I love it.
How do you say yeah?
Yeah.
Tomorrow.
Hey. Yeah, you're good. Oh, wow. How is it? Describe what that tastes like in your mouth.
Are you off sugar, really?
No.
Why aren't you this?
I told you, guy, I got Milan coming up. I got a fashion show with Klum.
Or Hyde.
Heidi Klum.
All right, what do we do with the shoe?
Monica Schaefer's coming back.
Oh, really?
But only for me. So what you do, my guy?
How long were you married?
Look. I'm this close, guy.
Is this one of the better episodes? No.
This is probably the best, or in our case, the breast, because we're models. We gotta keep it sexual. I'm not gonna say the best when I can say the breast.
Yeah, that's true.
We gotta keep it sexual, my guy.
Yeah, just
Like are we emoting sexuality?
No.
I am.
Towards me.
Yeah, but it's bouncing off you right into the camera lenses. Watch.
I think this is one of the better podcasts of this thing. I've listened to a few of them.
Hold on, I was throwing some sex vibes.
Go ahead.
At you, and then over. Yeah.
Wow.
You okay, guy?
Yeah, big guy.
Welcome to Chinatown. So this segment, you reach into the shoe, the clog. There's random words.
Mm-hmm.
You pull out the word and see if there's a moment in your journey in life. A moment in your journey in life where the word in the shoe inspires a story or a memory. It could be about you or someone you met. The final segment with John Stamos. Reach in.
Podcasts are so good, and then at the end they do.
No,
a bit.
this is everyone's favorite. They
think?
stay for this.
Stamos.
Stamos Ikalaki.
Did you watch the thing of me and Bob? What we were doing? We were spooning.
Oh my God, the spooning.
Yeah.
Am I allowed to show that on here?
Yeah. Cuddle it.
So we can rip it off YouTube?
Yes.
So I texted you the other day. I made a joke about spooning with Bob Saget.
No, you just said spooning. Oh no, I said I'm looking forward to seeing you. I'm going to bring Bob.
Yeah.
And you said I'll spoon with him.
Oh yeah, I said he was already here. We spooned all night.
Right.
And then you said, have you seen my bit about spooning and cuddling? I said, what are you talking about? I go to YouTube. Maybe one of the funniest things you've ever done. I loved it.
That was funny, wasn't it?
Can we play it right now?
Yeah, let's play it.
Do your radio voice and intro it.
All right, here's a special YouTube video that did quite well over the years. Bob didn't like it, but he eventually did. It's called Cuddling with John Stamos and Bob Saget. Listen.
Hi, I'm John Stamos, one of the most handsome men you could think of off the top of your head. Being a notable Lothario, people often ask me for sex advice. But guys, if you truly want to win over a woman, the real key is the cuddle. So as my gift to you, here are the techniques of my patented Stamos Snugglefest. You and your lady will probably want to start with a Stamos Soother. She lies next to you, her head resting on your chest. Not only will she feel protected, the pitter-patter of your heart will reassure her that you're still alive. From this position, she could kiss your neck, caress your gallant chest while you run your fingers through her raven hair. Now, don't be afraid to use your fingernails. A good Stamos scalper will leave her relaxed and tingling. Next, you'll want to move into the Stamos spoonful. It's a gentle way to show your lady what she has to look forward to later. Traditionally, the man plays the role of the big spoon. But folks, it's 2011, and even the most feminine woman can feel equally at home spooning her man. And be careful not to let your arms get trapped beneath your special gal. This is worse than death. Instead, your inside arm can go behind you or above her head, while your outside arm is free to rest on her firm yet tender belly. Hold her fragile hand, gently cup her perky breast, or, well, the rest is up to you. Advanced cuddlers may want to try the Stamos Swaddler. Nothing brings you closer to your lady. And if you sleep with your eyes open, the Stamos way, you get to stare at her face all night long. You can also caress her leg with your foot, or allow your toes to intertwine, doing an affectionate little soldier boy dance. Feel free to improvise. You can nuzzle noses, butterfly kiss, blow on, or even gently nibble her ear. Perhaps the most important cuddle is the Stamos stutching her with your fingers, lightly running the tips or backs of your fingers along her tender curves. You're like a cartographer of the female form. Your exploring fingers are like Lewis and that other guy, mapping the peaks and valleys of her body's terrain, traversing her every womanly crevasse and claiming it for your own. With the right mix of affection and tenderness, My Snugglefest guarantees that your woman will stay most cozy. I guarantee it.
That's right.
Bob, what the fuck? With the right mix of affection and tenderness, my Snugglefest guarantees...
Snuggle fist. Oh my God.
Funny, right?
Not yet.
Oh. It's a long video. Shh, we could just...
Dude, shh.
Sorry.
They're watching.
Oh, they are?
They're watching the video and you're talking over it.
You want to hear something? Want to see something good?
Well, they're watching. They're in the middle of the video.
Okay,
I'm going to have to play it again.
This looks... You really photograph a lot better than...
I look. That's why I'm a model, guy.
So that was the video. What'd you think? What?
Excellent. Hilary. Hilary eye.
There's a video. There was a song that Bob was doing in his act.
Yeah.
And it was right before, and nobody had heard it. And luckily his wife was in the audience one night. And she videotaped it. And it never got out. And nobody's ever heard it. And I'm going to play it for you.
Okay.
Can we? Do you want to?
Yeah, he sung it with his guitar.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's such
Put it on the mic so we hear it, my guy.
All right. You fill the time. I'm going to try to find it.
Okay, so these three priests walk into a bar. The first priest orders calamari. The second priest orders tzatziki.
Yep.
The third priest goes, "Hey, there's Farrah Fawcett, chicken wings on the house." Ha 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 ha. Hurry up.
Sorry, keep going.
And then Farrah Fawcett walks in and says, "Hey, are you three priests?" And the first priest, a Jew, says, "Yes, I am." And then the second priest says, and the fourth priest comes in and says, "Hey, bartender, give me a Michelob." And the bartender says, "What does this look like, a truck stop? Why don't you order some tzatziki the way the Greekies do?"
Keep going. Keep going.
Jesus.
I'm almost there.
And then a truck driver comes in and says, "Hey, are there
I got
any-"
it.
Okay. Jesus.
Seriously, though, this is, you'll get what the song is
Okay.
about. in
This
a
is
second.
Bob Saget singing on stage or
Yes.
at your house?
No, he's on stage.
Okay.
And nobody, this really never got out. And
Oh, put it
was,
on the mic so we hear it.
I mean,
Yeah.
you can, but I think you're going to.
Oh, this will be good.
New life. Never made a real commitment till I met my wife. She was different than the others. She didn't lie of where she'd been. And she had her mother's sparkle and her dad's strong and noble chin. Wait a minute, am I attracted to her dad? He's older than me, and then there's the fact I love his daughter, and her mom is hot too. What would I do if this upset my wife? What if she was in the audience tonight? Maybe she'd understand, 'cause her dad's the kindest man I've ever known. And he's got great hair and beautiful soft hands. So what if he's the man who's the father of my wife? I vowed to be with her for life. Here's the chorus, it's very powerful. But I'm not in love. I'm not in love. I'm not in love with my wife's father. But his abs are so damn cut. He's got a real tight butt. And I would be a nut to let her go. But I'm not in love. I'm not in love. I'm not in love with my wife's father. It's so hot she looks just like
I know.
The memories. If there's, can I ask you two quick questions before we get to your word?
We don't need the word.
We do.
Okay, go ahead.
If you could say something in all seriousness to Bob, if he's knowing he's watching us right now, is there a message you'd say to him?
You were loved more than you knew.
Yeah.
How about you?
I would just say, Bob, I miss you. You were so unique, had such a exclusive charm,
Yeah,
and you are missed dearly. Yeah.
that's nice.
And he really was at one point in this very room, and so his spirit's here. I'm sure
feel
he's
it, yeah.
sitting up there laughing with us.
I hope so. He used to talk about dying, and he said, I'll meet you in hell, and I'll be jerking off the devil with asbestos gloves, and let him in. You won't have to stand in line.
Jumping Jiminy.
But he's in heaven, I know it.
Yeah. All right.
Live theater.
That's your word.
Is every one of them in the live theater?
Nope, they're all different. But is there any type of story or... I mean, I feel like you told a live theater story earlier about the seduction. But is there anything...
Which one was that?
Doesn't matter. It's not their business.
Yeah, that's true. You mean in your in the yeah.
Any story of any actor you knew or yourself or you were at a live production?
I said to my son, I said to my son the other day we were driving, we were going to see Wicked, the Pantages.
Yeah.
I said, son, do you know how many Broadway shows I've done? He goes, 5. He said, you told me already. But I did a lot of theater.
You did?
Yeah.
Well, gee, here we go. What'd you do? What plays?
The first one I did, and this was Jack Klugman was a mentor of mine.
Yeah.
And after Full House, I said, what do I do, Jack? It's a fucking show, He goes, go to the theater.
Yeah.
And so I went on, and I've never, it wasn't a theater kid. I don't sing great, I don't dance great, but I said, fuck it, what do I got to lose?
Yeah. And
I auditioned to replace Matthew Broderick in How to Succeed in Business without really trying.
Oh,
he just won a fucking Tony, what were the balls that I had to do. So I did that, and then I did Cabaret.
Oh, wow.
Which was
what was your role in Cabaret?
I played the MC. Willkommen. Yeah.
Do you want to hear a nutty story?
Yeah, I have one about Cabaret too. Go ahead.
I played Caroline's on Broadway, and they came to my show and approached me to play the MC in Cabaret at one point in time.
Seriously?
Seriously. I didn't do it because I said, I'm excited. What are the details? I said, well, you got to sign on for a year, and it's 3 shows a day and $50 a show. And I went, I'm very busy for the rest of my life. But I sort of regret it because it's got to be quite the experience, right?
Well, that show was, it was at Studio 54. Do you remember? Did you ever see it?
They invited me to go see it, so I went to see it. The matinee, I had a show that night at Caroline's. I went to see it, and I was like, wow, what a role, because the MC, you really got a belt.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, the singing is one thing, but it's a very, sexually charged,
That's why they came to me.
I would think.
Yeah.
It was pansexual. But when was, this was in the late 90s or something?
This was
or early 2000s.
2000s, yeah. Maybe they were searching for a guy, and I turned it down, and they got you.
Stamos, yeah. Who was the MC when you saw it?
I don't remember. It wasn't like a known celebrity, but they did a great job, whoever they were.
Yeah, it was an incredible show.
Yeah.
Part of the show was that the MC goes out in the audience and ad-libs and stuff, and which was scary, but then it got really fun because I sort of knew how to work the crowd after a while. And there was a bit where intermission ends, and I come back out on stage and getting ready for the show again, and he's sort of talking to the audience.
Yeah.
And doing it was great because it would, you go to the script, it says MC ad-libs here, MC ad-libs, and so you get to play around. But part of the structure of it was that I'd bring a girl up on stage and dance with her a little bit, and do jokes about whatever, and then send her back, and then I would go out in the audience and pull a guy up on stage and slow dance with him and do jokes that would make sense there.
Sure.
So I was having problems getting guys to come up because they didn't want to be embarrassed by me. I mean, I would bring my friends up, or I would do whatever, but that was. And so I asked the director, I said, they said, the key is don't look them in the eye. Just grab their hand, turn your head, and pull, pull. And because if you look at them, they could look at you, they go, like that kind of thing.
Or as I call it, assault.
Yeah. Assault. I call it a pepper. And so I said, okay, I'm going to do that. So one night I go to grab a guy out of the audience, and I don't look at him, and I grab his arm, and I pull, and he's not coming. And I pull again, and not coming. Pull again. He pulls me close into it. He says, I have no legs. My hand to God. And I said, okay. And I sat, and I did the dance with him. I sat on his lap, and we did it there. And he was very sweet, and it was one of those, sweet moments that happened.
Dude, see? The wooden shoe never lies. Great story.
Got more stories about
great story.
But, the last show I did was with James Earl Jones.
Oh, Darth Vader?
Yeah.
What's it like being on stage with Darth Vader, the Lord of Darkness?
It was at first it was intimidating, obviously, and the show was a 3-hour political drama called Best Man by Gore Vidal.
Wasn't Shakespeare?
It was close. It was
Romeo, where art thou, Romeo?
Whereas my inhaler, Romeo, my allergies are kicking up. Art thou, Romeo? Anyways.
That wasn't that, but
No.
it could have been.
Yeah.
And at the end of it was a real show, man.
Oh, dude, what an honor to
It
work
was-
with that guy.
And he was the best, and I learned so much from him. And you know, this was a real dramatic, you know, show. And at the end of our run, I was walking across the stage, and I said, James, you know, I called him Big Daddy. Big Daddy called me Little John. Yeah, Little John. I said, Big Daddy, you changed everything about me. Like you know, people will now look at me with respect, and you've changed people's perception of me, and I'm just so
Amazing.
grateful. And he said, oh, that's okay, that's okay. We walk out the door opens, and there's a bunch of people out, you know, he's on, and Uncle Jesse, say have mercy, say have mercy. And I just I couldn't look at him, right? And I'm sulking. I'm trying to run down Broadway and never come back.
And he couldn't catch it because it was the guy with no legs?
It was that was the one, yeah. And I was just so embarrassed. And then I look, and then I could hear out of my earshot. I didn't want to look over there, but I heard, hey, James, could you say, Luke, I am your father? You know. And I look at him, it never ends. And we just looked at each other and laughed, and that was it.
Wow.
You might want to end on the leg story.
I just did. Well, we're going to... Yes.
Can I say that, in all seriousness, I know you don't like to be serious, but you're a really good gentleman, and you're a good man, and I have a lot of friends that just love you and respect you, and you are a comedy genius. I'm not bullshitting here. The way your mind works is as good as anybody I've ever seen, and I've seen everybody, and I love comics and love stand-up, and you are sincerely one of the best, and I appreciate your time today, and I mean it.
John, my goodness. Awkward to take compliments, but I'm taking it. Thank you, man.
You're welcome.
Very wonderful. And back at you, you're a part of the American fabric with your work, with what you've done. You're people know you. You're part of people's families, and I'm glad you came in here today. And is there anything you want to plug or mention? Upcoming projects, books, a new thing on Broadway? Anything you want to tell the good folks?
My compliment was better than yours.
Yeah, mine was sort of made up.
Yeah, that's true. I love you.
Love you too.
Thank you.
Let's fucky. Ready?
Yeah, for
Ladies
real.
and gentlemen, John Stamos, thank you so much, buddy. That's it for today. Until next time, everybody, chicken chow mein here on the Harland Highway podcast.
Hey everybody, how would you like your very own personal video message from me, yours truly? It's your birthday, it's your anniversary, it's your graduation, or you just want me to make you laugh? You get to pick the topic you want me to discuss, give me some talking points, and off we go. You can get it for yourself or get it for a friend. It's super easy and fun. Just go to the Cameo app on your phone or to cameo.com. And I record a custom video made just for you or your loved one. Your very own personalized Harland.